Hello there. Today I'm going to be doing an unhaul of books. I have needed to do this for years, and once again, one of Michaela Reed's videos inspired me. Well, it was Michaela Reed's and the fact that lately I have actually purchased quite a few books, all very responsible choices and all things that I will probably keep for the rest of my life. I can pretty much say with complete certainty, which is more than I can say for these books that I purchased. A lot of these books, so sometimes, especially when I'm in a depressive era of my life, I go to the bookstore and I'm looking for like momentary happiness, and I just buy things. I just pick up books and buy them. And I feel disgusted in myself saying that because I respect books. I respect writers. I don't feel that I should binge buy books. It just feels very disrespectful to me in a way. Of course, I already gave my money to them, so in that way it's respecting them, but I don't know, it just kind of seems like a throwaway type of thing. And now I am going to probably list a lot of these on eBay. I'm not up with the Pango thing. I might list some of them on Facebook Marketplace, and I might take some to little free libraries. So I'm just going to get into it. There will probably be a lot of struggle for me. It is it's so easy for me to purge other things. Like we just threw out probably 4 trash bags of stuff. And that's no problem for me to go through books and be like, I just feel like I get so anxious about it. And I'm like, but what if like I can not go to the bookstore or go to the library and like, I need to read these, but of course I know that that's never ever going to happen. I know that I will always have access to the library, and like these are books that I genuinely am either not interested in, I have different copies of them already that I like better, or I've already read them and I might have liked them, but I'm never going to want to read them again. So just saying that, I probably will be very sentimental with some of these, so just bear with me. It's very difficult for me to get rid of books. So that's what I'll say. So I'll just get into it. Okay, so Othello, the Folger Shakespeare Library. I am not very into mass market. I'm pretty sure that when I was going to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, they had, so I don't even remember what I was saying now. Daughter took a tumble. But so yeah, Othello, we had to get this specific version, the Folger Shakespeare Library, at the acting school that I was going to. And I don't like mass market. I don't particularly love the cover. This is not a play that I'm particularly attached to. I know, a balloon. I know, it's so silly. So I am ready to let it go. Okay. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I read it. I thought it was a fun read. I am never going to read it again, and I don't feel particularly happy seeing it on my bookshelf, so I figure somebody else might. I got this in 2014. The Best American Short Stories, edited by Jennifer Egan. I don't need this. I don't need this. Ray Bradbury says that these like modern day short stories are not good for us. They're just kind of like a little slice of life versus like older short stories that like actually have like substance, plot, things like that to them. And when I saw that interview with Ray Bradbury, who's the master, I was like, okay, crap, well now I'm not going to read that anymore. So I didn't particularly enjoy it either. I'm not going to say that like I loved it and then suddenly I was like, oh man, now I can't love it. Again, I can't remember what I was saying, but I just don't want this anymore. So So here's one that's extremely difficult for me to let go of. I actually enjoyed The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. I went back and forth with getting rid of it because I actually read this one and I enjoyed it. I love New York City. I love reading things during that time period. But I have the Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition, the three Tales of New York, and Age of Innocence is in there. And I'm like, I just genuinely, I love this cover. I love the cover and everything. I just feel like I'm holding on to it, just not for the right reasons. I don't know what those reasons, I guess like, I'm just like, gosh, I just like the cover, but I don't need two different The Age of Innocence on my bookshelf. Will I ever read it again? I don't know. I might, but I know that it's more important to me to have that Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition on my shelf than this. So it's a beautiful book. I will be listing it. I'm getting rid of it. I don't need it. I loved you very much, but I don't need you anymore. And I hope that you find a family who loves you. Okay, here's another one. I loved this. I've read this at least 3 times, and the reason I'm getting rid of this one is because one of my best friends, her dad, randomly sent me a newer copy. I'm not sure. Like, it showed up in the mail, and I was like, "What the heck? Who sent this to me?" And it was one of my best friend's dads who sent it to me in the mail, which was so thoughtful. So I'm like, this was tough because like this is the version that I've read. Oh, what happened? Sorry for the lighting change. It's my kitchen lighting, so I love this book, Smart Women Finish Rich by David Bach. I have read it, like I said, multiple times. I have very much followed the advice in here, but I have a newer copy, one that somebody who I love and who apparently loves me sent to me as a gift, and I'd rather have that than this copy that I purchased myself. So again, I hope that somebody gets this and loves it, but I don't need it anymore. Here's one that I enjoyed reading. I kept on my bookshelf because I enjoyed it, but it's not one that I'm ever going to read again. Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. I remember really loving reading like the high school story. I really enjoyed the plot. Like, they've been writing each other back and forth for years, and now like they are finding each other. I don't remember everything about it, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it, but I'm never, ever, ever going to read it again. And it's not something that like I was obsessed with to where like I have to read it again. So Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas, I will be listing. Verity by Colleen Hoover. I enjoyed it. I know that all kinds of people shit all over Colleen Hoover, and I can understand it, but I enjoyed the read. I just am never, ever going to read it again. So I figure I'm going to get it off my bookshelf. Okay. I have an entire box of books that I need to show you. Here's something. So Stephen King's The Shining. I love this book. I'm currently reading this book. I love this edition. I'm currently reading this edition. It got dropped in the bathtub last night, and I actually already went and purchased a new copy, exactly the same one. So this one is Waterlogged. This is probably one that I will put in a little free library because I think that some people might not be snobbish with like being willing to read like a waterlogged book. I can read a book with underlines, with like folded down pages, things like that. I can't enjoy a waterlogged book. I just can't. It's just something about me. Maybe it's a bad thing, but I can't enjoy this. So I will be donating this one. I'm not going to try to sell it. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I have not read this. I just really am not a fan of like mass market books. I have had this on my bookshelf for years. I forget where I got this. I might have bought it used somewhere. I know it's a popular book. I will probably eventually read it. I'll probably borrow it from the library. I genuinely just don't enjoy reading mass market, so I don't know why I ever purchased this, but I'm getting rid of it. The Great Gatsby. I have the exact same copy on my bookshelf. I don't know how I ended up with two of these. A part of me feels like I maybe stole my brother's, but he says that he has a copy, so I just don't need this. I don't need it. So I'm getting rid of it. This is one I think I might have taken from my mom, but my mom does not reread books ever, so she does not want it, and it's kind of the same thing. I don't enjoy really reading hardbacks. If I am reading a hardback, it's because it's a library edition, which is fine because I don't own it. I have had this on my bookshelf for like a year now. I got it from my mom because she told me that it was a really good book, and I just haven't read it. I don't have a desire to. Even though I love Karen Slaughter, I literally just don't want this hardback on my... And typically thrillers anyway, I don't really reread those. Hey, Romy. Bunny by Mona Awad. I just recently made a video about this. I thought that I would really love it. I enjoyed it. It was fine. I had a fun like reading experience. It was kind of weird, but I enjoyed it. I know Mona Awad is a very popular author. I know that this is a very popular book. I enjoyed it, but it's not something that changed my life, and it's definitely not something that I'm going to read again. So I'm like, why hold on to it? I do love the cover. I think it's super fun colors, and I'm just never gonna reread it. So that's why. That's why, Emily. That's why you're getting rid of it, because you don't need it. Hamlet. I love this because it's an old version. I bought it probably used somewhere. Used. Good. It's very, very old. I have another Pelican Shakespeare that is like part of a set. So I don't need it. I don't need this. Here's one I got used. I really loved getting it. I love big floppy books. But the more I see it on my bookshelf, the more I'm like, I know for sure I am never going to read that. It's science fiction, which I don't believe is my thing, but again, if I ever do get through it, like maybe like somewhere down the line, like I'll take part in like a readathon, like a read along or something like that, maybe do a buddy read or something. If I do that, I will definitely get it from the library. I do not need to have this book on my shelf. I was only keeping it because it looks cool, and I love big floppy books. I just have such a weakness for them. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm not gonna read this. It's so big. It's like 800 pages, and I don't know. Will I? I just really love the cover, and I love the floppiness of it, and I'm like looking at the back of it, the five classic novels. I didn't realize that it was like a Hitchhiker series. I'm like, will I ever want to read it? I don't know. I might. I'm actually okay. So this is the first one, and I swear the only one that I'm gonna actually keep. I'm gonna put it back. Because what if I ever want to read it? And I'm like, there could be nothing better than like a big floppy book. So I'm gonna keep that one. On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I do want to read this, and I just purchased a Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition, which is so beautiful, and I can't wait to show you in a haul video that I'm going to do. I love it so much more than I love this cover, and I never got a chance to read this one, so I want to pass it along to somebody else who will love this version. Okay. This is another one that was very difficult for me to get rid of because I think that it's super cute. I love it. But facts are, I purchased this book off of Amazon thinking with the picture of a different book that didn't come. It was the Grimm's Fairy Tales, and I wanted the one with like a really, like, this is a beautiful cover. It's very whimsical, very fairy tale like, which I love, but I wanted something different, and I have the copy that I wanted now. I got it like during my birthday book haul, and I simply don't need two copies, as difficult as it is for me to get rid of this one. Because I do find it to be beautiful. I just feel like I will feel like I really accomplished something by allowing myself and allowing this book to let go. I don't need to have two different Grimm's Fairy Tales on my bookshelf. So yeah. I swear, the second I start doing anything, like the loudest sound. So sorry about the styrofoam that the kids are playing with. I can't do anything about it. Okay. This is extremely hard because Anne of Green Gables, Ellen Montgomery, I am so into. I have had these books since I was young. They were originally $2.95, brand new at the bookstore. They're the original. The original for me. Anne of Green Gables. I have the first three. And I love them. I love them for being the first books of Anne of Green Gables that I ever read. I'm not sure if my grandmother gave them to me or my mom or I purchased them. I don't know. It's extremely difficult for me to get rid of these, but here's why I feel like I need to, is because I have a beautiful box set in there of all of the set. They are bigger, floppier books. I don't like reading mass markets. I don't enjoy that reading experience. I just really don't. Like, I just don't like the way that it's just so stiff, and like you can't like, I don't know. I just genuinely feel like for myself, for my bookshelf, for like decluttering principles, I don't need these. I love them, but I don't need them. So I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to say goodbye. And thank you. Here was a super expensive book. It was $35. It's beautiful. The Drifting Classroom. It's hardback. Even though it's hardback, I enjoyed the reading experience. It was super spooky, but I'm never gonna read it again. I enjoyed the reading experience again, but I just like, I'm not like obsessed with it. And I don't need to read it again. And it's huge, and it's just taking up a lot of space on my bookshelf. And I'm just like, I could just sell it. I could sell it and get rid of it. I really enjoyed it though. If you don't know what the Drifting Classroom is and you're really into, like, what is it technically? Is it graphic novel, manga? It might be manga. I honestly don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's getting off my bookshelf. So yeah, I think I got that for my birthday book haul, and this is why I shouldn't buy things that I haven't read, because it's like I would have enjoyed the reading experience just as much if I didn't own the book. Like I could have definitely found this at the library and saved myself $35 plus tax and not felt this like pang. So this is a good lesson for me when I'm at the bookstore, like remembering what this feels like, because I don't like this at all, but it's important for me to get rid of it. I am on my final book, which again, it was a trip to the bookstore where I was feeling a certain type of way and I needed to buy something, and so I just picked up some random shit. And that is J.R.R. Tolkien's Tales from the Perilous Realm. They're basically like short stories, modern classic fairy tales authored by J.R.R. Tolkien. I don't know, like sometimes I crave reading short stories, and I have posted about, I've talked about, you know, I've tried to read The Fellowship of the Ring and The Two Towers, and I need to read the third and final book, and I'm just kind of forcing myself through it at this point. The writing is beautiful. It's very long, descriptive, beautiful, I guess. It's just not my thing. I love the way Ellen Montgomery like descriptively writes. I love that. I don't know. I just don't think that this is for me. I don't think that his super descriptive writing style is for me. I just really don't think. And my boyfriend really loves J.R.R. Tolkien. And I keep trying to get him to pick this up just so I feel like it's being read versus just sitting on our bookshelf, like not doing anything. And he never wants to read it. I don't know. I guess I've never really given it a chance though. I wonder if it would be like easier to read this. Okay. Second and final book that I'm actually going to keep on my bookshelf, because when I read the sentence, collection of acclaimed modern classic fairy tales, I didn't think of it like that. I am just like picturing The Lord of the Rings, which was a little bit too much for me. But I don't know. Maybe I would like this. Maybe this is something that I will pick up. So maybe I'll do an unhaul again in the future. I hope not. I hope I never have to do this again. But I'm going to hold on to this. I am going to hold on to this. It was a random purchase, but I'm going to hold on to it. So that is my unhaul. Thank you so much for watching. What a mess. I am excited to show you my haul, my recent haul of books. I really don't see myself buying more books in the future for a while. Maybe not until my birthday is kind of my goal. I am working through a lot of the books that I already have on my bookshelf, so that is my intention, is to read more books, spend more time with the books that I have. If I'm gonna reread these books, I need to reread these books. It's important to me to respect the books that I have on my bookshelf, because I don't know, I feel like this is very disrespectful to books, and I don't like the feeling. This is not against anybody who does like regular unhauls. To me, I just like, I used to be an environmental educator. I used to like, yeah, I know the stuff that ends up in landfills, and I feel like I'm contributing to that, even though I'm going to sell these, but I feel like I'm just, I don't know, it just bothers me, I guess, that I have this many books to get rid of, that some of which I've never read. I just bought. I threw away my money and bought them. And that's what I have to say. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. This physically hurt me. I I thank you for being here with me through this. Hold my hand. Thank you so much. Kisses to you. Love to you. Thank you so much. Take good care. Goodbye.